We have celebrities, of course, come on the show every night. And this is odd. They often give me their business cards. I don't know if you're aware, but, you know, a lot of people have business cards. Celebrities have business cards, too. And they're on the show, and we talk, and afterwards they give me their business card. And usually I just stuff the cards in my wallet. The other day I was cleaning out my wallet, and I thought, some of these cards are pretty cool. So I decided I'd show them to you in a piece. Tonight, we're going to call Celebrity Business Cards.
Celebrity Business Cards!
Yeah, this will be fun. Be a good piece, brand new. Haven't tried this before, we'll try it right now. The first celebrity business card comes from MC Hammer. MC Hammer gave me this card. Here it is right here. And there it is, MC Hammer. And look at the address down there. I don't know if you can see it. It says, under the Van Nuys Freeway, Los Angeles, California. Interesting. You see how these work. President George, you wouldn't think the president would need a business card, but here it is, President George Bush right there. That's weird.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bob Costas of NBC Sports, and I've got to tell you, it looks like it's beginning to rain. And, of course, that could be a serious problem because, according to the official rules of late-night talk shows, the host must get through 5 full jokes for the program to officially enter the books. Conan has only made it through 2 so far, and even those 2 were a real struggle for O'Brien.
Okay, well, here's a celebrity business card from Pamela Anderson. Yeah, Pamela Anderson business card right here, and look at that right there. Pretty funny little Pamela Anderson business card. And
and O'Brien slips on the wet desk. That looks painful. Yeah, there's the replay. Take a look. No question about it. The truth is, conditions are deteriorating here to the point where they may be actually dangerous, and it does look as if Conan is massaging that wrist. I think he may have injured himself on that last joke. In fact, I think he's lucky that he walked away from that slip with only a badly mangled joke and no permanent injury.
Okay. Here's a business card from Tony Shalhoub. He plays Monk. Everyone loves Tony Shalhoub. Check this one out right here.
All right, that's it. There is no way the officials are going to let O'Brien continue with lightning now illuminating the studio sky. Yep, here comes the umpire. He's moving in. Conan clearly pleading his case, wants to go on, but there's no way. It would be irresponsible to let him continue with this kind of lightning and thunder. And there it is. Sure enough, the ump gives the rain delay signal. Conan huddling against the damp and the chill, and this is also obviously very disappointing for those in attendance. If you look, many of them have headed for the tunnels, but a few diehards do remain. They've stuck with O'Brien through a tough show, and they're sticking with him now through this torrential downpour. You know, rain delays are some of my favorite things in broadcasting. I myself remember as a child when I snuck through a hole in the fence and into a taping of the Ernie Kovacs show and ended up sitting through a 4-hour rain delay. Of course, I would have sat through just about anything to watch Ernie Kovacs. You know, this kind of delay will hit the host hardest. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Maria Shields, who's standing by with Conan O'Brien. Maria.
Thanks, Bob. Conan, you looked upset when the ump called the rain delay. Do you think he should have let you continue? Well,
frankly, Maria, I was a little frustrated at the time, but conditions on the desk were getting pretty dangerous. It was getting a little slippery, so I guess he made the right call.
In fact, it looked like you might have hurt yourself on the Pamela Anderson joke. Can you take us through a replay of that?
Yeah, it's too bad. I thought it was a really funny joke. It's got 2 little boobs on it, you see, and everyone, you know, loves a breast joke, but it got real slippery, and my wrist just went out from under me, and it snapped the... It just, you know, it could have caused a real serious injury.
Thanks, Conan. Back to you, Bob.
Yeah.
All right, Maria, thanks very much. For those of you just joining us now, Late Night is at present in a rain delay. Conan is not the only show to be hit by this storm front. We're hearing reports of terrible weather up and down the East Coast. In fact, NBC Nightly News was hit by a snowstorm. Look at that. Terrible circumstances in which to deliver important, earth-shaking news from Brian Williams. Earlier today, Regis was hit by lightning. How about that? Wow. And here's There's always a silver lining, my friends. The View was struck by a tornado. So there's some small consolation now for fans in the stands. They'll all receive a terrific bobblehead. It's a Joel bobblehead. Joel, how's the giveaway going?
It couldn't be better.
As we can all plainly see. All right, let's go back down to our sideline reporter, Maria Shields, for more with Conan O'Brien. Maria.
Thanks, Bob. Conan, obviously you're upset by the delay, but how does the rain affect the rest of the staff?
Well, you know, Maria, I gotta tell you, we picked a really bad night to introduce our new character, Cotton Candy Don King. There he is. That's Cotton Candy Don King. I mean, he's fine now, but the rain is really gonna wreak havoc on his spun candy hair.
Only in America.
Yeah, he'll be missed. He'll be missed.
Thanks, Conan.
Yeah.
Back to you, Bob.
All right, thanks once again, Maria. Oh, now look at this. It seems that the weather front is, in fact, moving away. And here comes the grounds crew. They work very quickly. They get the tarp off there. What a job they've done. Look at that desk. The desk looks just great. Unfortunately, it does look like the hair really suffered, but the grounds crew will have him cleaned up in no time.
Tell jokes!
All right, those magical words, tell jokes. And if, in fact, Conan tells one more joke, this show is officially in the books.
All right, folks, this next celebrity business card's a little unusual. Check it out. It's Kirstie Alley's business card, huh?
All right, that's it. It wasn't always pretty. In fact, it wasn't always good, but it is now official.
All right, yeah!